Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're here to predict Game Week 2 of the 23-24 Premier League season. Last week, the opening weekend was very exciting. We saw some great matches. Newcastle beating Aston Villa 5-1, Chelsea and Liverpool's close draw, and of course City earning a big victory on the opening day. This week we've got some more stellar games. Harry, are you excited for them?
Yeah, I'm excited. It was a nice opening weekend. Great to have the Premier League action back. And this weekend, as you say, looks like a pretty strong lineup once again.
Yeah, shall we start then with the first game of the weekend, the Friday night fixture? It's Nottingham Forest, versus Sheffield United. 7:45 kickoff. It's going to be an interesting one. Sheffield United obviously promoted this season. They did all right in game week 1, only losing 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, losing 2-1 to Arsenal. But I think they'll be the more confident side coming into this one. What do you think?
I think Forest played well. They'll be happy with their performance. Sheffield United, a 1-0 loss to Palace in your first game back isn't too shabby.
No.
But I think they're in for another loss today. 2-1 to Forest. Goals from Johnson and Awoniyi. But Sheffield United will get their first goal since their top flight return. And it will come through Ollie McBurney.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't really see Sheffield United scoring. I feel like at the moment they don't really represent a threat to many sides, and I think this will be a comfortable win for Nottingham Forest. I'll go 3-0 Forest. I don't think Johnson will score. A lot of rumour, a lot of conjecture around him at the moment, so I would be surprised if he starts. But we might. It depends how the situation's panning out with Chelsea. But I think we'll see Gibbs White score. I think we'll see Taiwo Awoniyi score. If he didn't even start the opening game. That's why it's so difficult, isn't it?
Though.
He did do that. Okay, even if he comes to the bench, then I guess he could score. And then as a bit of a more rogue shot, I'll go Neco Williams. Yeah. If he is fit, I believe he is. So I think he'll get one. And a 3-0 win for Forest. I just think at the moment, Sheffield United, while they were all right against Palace, they didn't really come forward an awful lot. And I don't think Palace is set up very, very good in that final third under Roy Hodgson. So for me, I don't think Sheffield United will offer much of an attacking threat, and I think Forest will be able to play through them quite easily. So I'll go Nottingham Forest 3. Sheffield United 0. On to the Saturday morning, the no 12:30 kickoff. Part of this new TNT Sports thing is that they might just randomly throw some of the 12:30s on at 8 o'clock. But that does mean our opening game of the Saturday is at 3 o'clock, and it's Fulham versus Brentford, an all-London affair. Fulham obviously enjoyed a very good season last year in their return to the top flight, finishing in the top 10. Brentford also finishing in the top 10 in their second season. So both had great campaigns last year. In the opening weekend, Fulham won a 1-0 against Everton, a very good result for them. You get big 3 points on the board early on. Brentford drew 2-2 with Tottenham. Do you think they'll be ruining missed chances there? Because I think they could have beaten Tottenham.
I think they will, and I think they'll bounce back quite quickly. Fulham, I'm still on the bandwagon that they're crap and they're going near the bottom of the table. Brentford, I still think they'll fly, even without Tony, because Johan Wissa is brilliant.
You're just saying that for FPL reasons.
Exactly. 2-0 to the Blues, 2-0 to the Bees, Wissa double.
Fair enough. I think Brentford will probably win. I think they are just the strongest side here. Fulham, if anything, were weakened over the summer. I still think they're a decent team, but last season Brentford were better, and Brentford have they have lost Tony. Still think they're good though. I think it'll be an Abuemo goal, an Wissa goal, and a Zanka goal in a 3-0 win. I think Brentford look incredibly strong at the moment. Fulham were fine in the opening game week, but nothing too special. Up next, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. I don't think Liverpool were that impressive against Chelsea last weekend. I think they look good going forwards, and that could cause problems for Bournemouth. But defensively, they were much too open. And against a more clinical and more unified Chelsea side, a side that has that experience playing together, I feel like would have got the better of them. Bournemouth, however, aren't that. They are a new look team under a new manager, Anthony Areola. As much as he's a fantastic coach, as much as Bournemouth is really exciting, I don't know if they're ready for this type of challenge yet. Therefore, I do think Liverpool probably win this game, and it's at Anfield. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it should be convincing. Bournemouth, they're all right.
I don't think it's going to be near the 7-0 though of last season.
It won't be. They're a big point against West Ham, but I mean, I think they're going down. But Liverpool weren't great either. I'll go 1-0.
Okay.
To the home side, and it'll be a sole goal from McAllister.
Well, you said it should be convincing, so why don't you think it'll be convincing?
Because I didn't realise how bad Liverpool were on Sunday.
Okay, you realise in the moment.
They still haven't got any midfielders, and Bournemouth.
Well, seemingly close deal for Endo, but he probably won't be ready to start on Saturday, so Likely going to be McAllister playing in that pivot with Trent, which has to be learned is a difficult job, obviously. I think Liverpool win 2-1. I think this Liverpool defence is too open. As we saw, they conceded a goal against Chelsea and easily could have conceded a second one. I think Bournemouth actually opened the scoring through Dominic Solanke. I think it'll be a Max Aarons cross to the back post, which Solanke tucks away. As for Liverpool, I think it'll be goals from, I was going to say Salah, but he didn't impress me either. I'll go Diaz, and I'll go Ben Doak, winner off the bench. Late winner, and really introducing himself to the Anfield faithful. Up next, Wolves versus Brighton. Two sides that in recent years have had ambitions to get into Europe. One side's currently playing in Europe. The other one was facing with relegation last season. We'll start with Wolves. A very good opening weekend, I would say. Very unlucky not to get anything against Manchester United. A 1-0 loss there. But they played some really nice stuff, and I think they will be convinced, Wolves fans, by that performance. But they do now have to play Brighton. Brighton, one of the strongest sides of last campaign. They had a comfortable 4-1 victory at home to Luton Town on Saturday. So they come into this game, win under their belt. It is an away fixture, but you think Brighton have still got the measure of them, right?
4-0 Brighton. Wolves, fluke was against United.
That was not a fluke.
Again, I still think Wolves are in trouble. United weren't at their best, but Brighton will be at their best. 4 goals for the Seagulls. We call them the Seagulls soon. With a Mitoma goal, a Stupinian goal, Evan Ferguson goal, and a fourth and final goal from Adam Webster.
Adam Webster, alright, fair enough. I don't think Brighton have it anywhere near as convincingly as you seem to think they will. I think Wolves are going to get hard done by again. I think it'll be a 1-0 win for the travelling Seagulls. I think it will be a penalty. I think Wolves will hold on for a while. I think they'll miss a load of chances again because they seem to generate chances really easily against Man United, but not actually be able to finish them. And that'll convince them to buy a striker, obviously. Yeah. I think it'll be a 1-0 loss, and I think it'll be a João Pedro penalty to get Brighton the win. I think Estupinian will be brought down by Nelson Semedo.
Sure.
Does he still play for Wolves?
I think so.
Who knows? Probably does. He'll bring down a Estupinian a penalty, and João Pedro will score it. On to the 5:30 kickoff then. Well, we're live for it. Tottenham versus Manchester United. So we won't be predicting it here. If you want to hear our predictions, tune into our build-up on Saturday evening. We're going to be doing a double-up, though. As moving on to the next one, Manchester City versus Newcastle. We're live for that also. 2 very exciting games, Harry. What are you excited to see from the matches?
The fact that City could lose and that Tottenham could get battered.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think we're going to have 2 real close games. I think Tottenham are a lot closer to Man United than you think right now. In fact, I would say I've made Tottenham favourites for that game. Not going to throw predictions out there, but I think Tottenham are going to win. And then City Newcastle, I agree with you there. Possibility the Manchester City lose.
Out of 2.
Which would be amusing.
Yeah.
Or a draw, which would also be decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, should be some great games on Saturday. Join us there. It's going to be a 5-hour stream pretty much by the end of it. So a bit of a marathon. Please do tune in. It'll be great. Join us from 5:15. For Tottenham Man United, and then follow us through until around 10 o'clock for the end of the City game. Should be good. Make sure to be there for all of it. On to the Sunday. First up, we have a relegation fighting team and Aston Villa. That's a sentence that would have been wrong a few years ago, but it's Aston Villa versus Everton. Interestingly, Aston Villa, poor first game week. Everton, not too bad, which juxtaposes with their seasons last year. Were you convinced by Everton in the first game? Do you think they could hold on against Villa?
They lost to Fulham. Fulham are rubbish. And Villa they got absolutely torn apart by Newcastle.
Do you think their confidence
rubbish?
Would be battered?
Yeah, big time. And they're both just not very... 1-1.
Wow, you think Villa are going to draw?
I think it'll be a Villa goal from Watkins and Everton goal from Danjuma. And apart from that, it's been a pretty dull game.
Yeah, fair enough. In my opinion, I think Villa will bounce back. I think they're still a really strong side. There was glimpses of quality in that game against Newcastle. I thought Diaby was really impressive. I thought that... Well, that was about it, really, but...
Yeah.
I think they will step up. I don't think Everton showed an awful lot against Fulham. However, they have made some signings. Obviously, Arnaut Danjuma probably will start now. He came off the bench in that opener, may well start. Who's it they signed the other day as well? They just brought in a decent player. Completely forgotten now, but they did add another good signing. Will that be enough? Probably not. I think Villa will win this game 2-0, and I think it'll be a fairly comfortable win at home. Newcastle, I believe, was a freak result, but I guess this will be an interesting test, won't it? Because if they don't win against Everton, then I would be seriously concerned as a Villa fan.
Yeah.
Because you can always write Newcastle off as Newcastle are title fighters. which I don't think people are talking about, but Newcastle are in the title fight this year.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'll go Aston Villa 2 and Everton 0. Diaby with the first. I think we'll get another one. And I will go Leon Bailey. Didn't look particularly impressive in that Newcastle match, but nobody really did for Aston Villa.
No.
And I think a bounce back with a goal here. Up next then, the 4:30 kick-off, the big game on the Sunday. It's West Ham versus Chelsea, an all-London derby, of course. A big derby match for West Ham fans. And Chelsea, well, they'll be keen to win. They need wins, they need points to start their season strong. So who do you think will come out on top?
Chelsea, easily. West Ham should have beaten Bournemouth really last Saturday and aren't very good.
I thought Bournemouth were much the better side.
I think in any game you take the lead, you should go on and win it. And
seems a bit
Chelsea
harsh.
did alright against Liverpool, much better than any performance we saw last year.
Yeah,
I'll go 2-0 Chelsea with goals from Nicholas Jackson and Thiago Silva.
Yeah, fair enough. It's going to be really interesting to see the 4-2-3-1 on full display. I think Chelsea have lacked great attacking performances in recent seasons, but maybe this will be the rejuvenation of our attack. I still think we're going to concede, though. I'll go Chelsea 4, West Ham 1. I think I'm just not 100% on Robert Sanchez at the moment. He made an error he didn't make too many errors in the Liverpool game, but I felt like he could have done more for the goal. He doesn't convince me with playing out from the back, and I feel like he may just put a ball in between Disasi and, well, who's going to start the Chelsea bench? We don't know. There's so many options in this Chelsea team, but it's probably going to be who's started left centre half.
Oh,
who am I thinking of? I'm completely lost at the moment. Anyway, Colwill.
Yeah.
Levi Colwill, and then either Disasi or Silva. Plays between the two of them. West Ham pick up the ball, but I think Chelsea will already be 3-0 up by that point, so it should be all right. I'll go a Jackson goal for Chelsea. Nick Jackson obviously just joined this summer. I think he needs a goal for his confidence. Then I'll say Sterling. Didn't have a great campaign last year, but he could win back Chelsea fans if he can play well this year. Then I will say Mihailo Mudryk off the bench. Then around 75 minutes, mistake from Robert Sanchez, goal for Antonio. And then late on, I think we'll just get another goal, and it will come courtesy of Moise Caicedo. And then he goes running into the Chelsea end.
Love it.
And we'll get mental.
Yeah,
love to see it. On to the Monday then. It is the final match of the game week. Obviously, only 9 games this week with with the Luton Town versus Burnley game being postponed due to Luton not having a stadium. What would be your option? They just play it in a park?
No, sort of fixtures round.
Could be an option.
Play it at Turf Moor and then play it at Kenilworth Road.
But Blackburn are at home that weekend, and Burnley and Blackburn might fight. That would be really bad.
Pathetic. Put them on different buses.
Are they all on? Presumably they'll be on trains.
I'll put them all on different trains.
How many different trains? Blackburn only trains.
I'm sure Blackburn have got loads of trains.
Okay. On to the Monday then, we've got an all-London affair again, our third all-London affair of the game week. 10 Saffman, there's loads of London teams, but we've got Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Arsenal didn't convince me against Nottingham Forest. I still feel that they are not quite at the level of a Manchester City. I think Newcastle have jumped them as well now. I would be worried if Arsenal fans. You're probably all right in the long term, but I wasn't convinced by Forest. I think there's a chance Palace come away with the points. Palace, it was fine in their opening game week. Not the most exciting match, but it never is with the Roy Hodgson Crystal Palace team. But they got the job done. They got all 3 points against Sheffield United. Could they take momentum from that and potentially topple Arsenal here?
Maybe. I don't think so. I think Arsenal just have enough. Like they had at Forest, they just had enough to beat them. I think they'll just have enough to beat Palace. 1-0 to Arsenal, and it will be a goal from Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, fair enough. I am going to go 0-0. I think that I would have gone for a Palace goal, but Ramsdale's playing out of his skin at the moment because he's under pressure. He knows he's got to perform with David Raya breathing down his neck, and I think he'll put in another stunning performance to deny a lot of Palace goals. I think he'll end up probably with a good few save points, so go and get him an FPL if you need a goalkeeper. I think Arsenal will be stopped by Palace. They're very good defensively usually, this Palace side, and Roy Hodgson will be keen to make sure it's very compact, very narrow, and I think that they'll get a 0-0 draw and get a point out of it, and Roy Hodgson will be heralded as some sort of tactical genius once more.
I think he is.
Yeah, you do. Okay. But yeah, I think it'll be 0-0.
Right.
But yeah, that's game week 2 of the Premier League season. I can't believe we're already here. Feels like only a couple of weeks ago that we were in the game week 38 of last season, but we're already 2 game weeks into the Premier League season. As I mentioned earlier, make sure to join us for all of the Premier League games we're live for this weekend. Tottenham, Man United and Manchester City versus Newcastle. Double up on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
But also join us on Sunday. We're live for the Women's World Cup final. It's going to be a great game. We are hoping to try and break our record for most views on a stream. So if you can tune in, support us, or share it with anyone you think will enjoy it, that would massively help us out. So get involved. Should be a great stream. We're going to be cheering on the Lionesses. Those Spain fans are more than welcome also. So get involved, or fans of anyone. If you're a neutral, get involved. Make sure to join us live from 10:30 on Sunday. Should be a great one. See you there. That's everything for today, though. Make sure to get involved in the comments down below and give us your predictions. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or whatever audio platform, make sure to click all the fun buttons that do fun things and that follow button so you always know. You always get a notification when we upload. That is everything for today, though. Thank you guys very, very much for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.